Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys of Magic. This is Hunter and Steven. Say what up, Steven.
Hey, hello, everybody.
Wow, I like it. It's a good intro. But,
Yeah.
Steven, are you ready? We are still trekking along in the Final Fantasy world. We are still doing commander grades because there are 160 something.
Plus.
Yeah. But this is the mono red legendary creatures that could be your potential commander from the main set. If you guys are not seeing a card that we do not talk about in this video, check the links in the description. Maybe we talked about it in another video. But before we get started, I just want to remind everybody to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss out on any other content that we are constantly putting out. So, Steven, let's kick it off with this first mono red legend from Final Fantasy. This is Barret Wallace. It's 3 and a
Ooh.
red for a 4/4 legendary creature, human rebel. It's got reach and says whenever Barret Wallace attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to defending player. It's kind of, as you would put it, meh.
Yeah, very meh. Like hardcore meh. Like not running this meh.
I'm probably not running this either. This is very just like I don't know. It Cloud in the precon does kind of the same lane as, hey, I want multiple things equipped. A lot of the times, equipment strategies is kind of Voltron-y. You want to put all the equipment on one thing. So, I mean, you swing in with a 4-drop. It's a 4/4 with reach, by the way, because it has to attack. So you're not actually going to block with reach at all. Kind of a weird stat line or a weird ability. But 1 damage if this is equipped by itself. It's just not good.
No, reach is interesting too. I'm assuming it's because his arm's a Gatling gun. But anyways, I think I think it's viable. It's just it's not it's just very mediocre. Because obviously you have like the for Mirrodin cards, you have all the job select cards that just came out from Final Fantasy 2. And then also the cards. I can't remember the name hunter. It's like the ones that make
Living
germs.
living weapon.
Living weapon. Thank you. So it can be done, but do I want to do it? Like, I guess that's kind
Remember,
of like what I'm trying to ask myself.
don't forget you're in mono red as well.
Sure. I mean, the four mirrored and stuff was basically all like Boros. So there were a lot of, white and red, but also a lot of mono red.
It's true. Well, let's move on to the grades. I think I'm lower than you. I'm giving this an F, Steven.
Wow. You are way lower than me. I think that it's still pretty viable. So I mean, this is like middle of the road. I think this is a very interesting commander. I'm gonna put it at a C. I think it can do the thing, and I think there's enough support pieces for this kind of style to make this viable. If you want to do it, do it. I say this almost every single video that we've done the commander grade so far. Show me your deck list. I am very interested to see a Barret Wallet deck.
Well, Barret Wallace gets the average grade of a D. Moving on, we've got Clive, Ifrit's Dominant. 4 and 2 red for a 5/5 legendary creature, human noble warrior. It says when Clive enters, you may discard your hand. Then draw cards equal to your devotion to red. And for 4 and 2 red, you can tap it, exile Clive, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery. Once transformed, it does turn into Ifrit, Warden of Inferno. It is a 9/9 legendary enchantment creature, Saga Demon. Its first lore counter says Lunge. Ifrit fights up to one other target creature. And then the second and third and final lore counter is Brimstone, which means add 4 red mana. If Ifrit has 3 or more lore counters on it, exile and then return it to the battlefield front face up. It's kind of cool
Why is this card the most built red commander?
because people love it
Why?
because it's easy to flip.
No, it takes 6 mana.
Yeah, and then it turns into a 9/9 that fights something and gives you more red mana. It
Is
seems
it
like it's
worth it for 12 mana?
it seems snowbally.
Like, I just this is insane. I can't see it
Can't
because
see
in
it.
my mind I can't. So here's my thing, right? So like I'm reading the first ability, and I love the fact that I can like basically say cards in my hand. I don't got any. I'm gonna discard them, and then I'm going to draw cards equal to the amount of devotion to red, which minimum 2,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why I just wouldn't play Celeste instead.
You're not
With
wrong.
Celeste, I get access to 2 more colors. Now, granted, I will say the negative between the two here, Celeste, you have to discard cards and then you draw that many. So you're not, there's a chance that you basically will only draw one. So
I think it's
I like,
popular because of the character, right? Maybe the
sure.
character itself is popular, and that's why people. This is your favorite character from Final Fantasy 16. Obviously, you're going to be building a deck around it, and it seems pretty interesting. It seems like it's going to be churning through your deck pretty regularly by drawing cards consistently. If you're making this, I don't know, just kind of just lightning bolt to the face type of type of damage, it could be viable, especially when you're getting 4 mana and the lore counters there.
Yeah, but you still have to wait a whole turn cycle before you get to that little cycle there. The way I see this card is I have now invested 6 mana to cast this card, and I'm probably not doing anything on that turn except drawing some cards, but I might be tapped out if I don't have any like other mana up. And then I got to wait a whole turn. And then essentially at that point, I have to spend another 6 mana to flip it to fight one creature. And then this sticks around for a whole turn cycle, hopefully. And then I'll have 4 extra mana.
I think it's also just because that first ability is actually pretty strong if you think about it. If you're running a bunch of just devotion to red and you're just playing this card, you're going to draw a lot of cards. I mean, even that red
Sure.
crystal is also just 2 mana. This drops in with the red crystal. That's drawing 4. I mean, just fill up your board before you play this, and then you're just drawing a whole bunch of cards to hopefully to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the point. You want to fill up your board as much as possible, and I feel like you're going to do it. This is 6 mana. You're probably not casting this. I mean, on curve till turn 6. Hopefully, you have stuff on your side of the field to where this is going to help you. But even then, it's like it's one of those things where like most of the time in Commander, when we look at our first opening 7, we're looking for ramp. We're looking for artifacts to help us ramp. So those colorless artifacts are not going to be helping us with it when it comes to devotion. So I'm hoping that I play some other stuff, like maybe like a artifact that has at least a red pip in it that helps me do something. It's just I'm really struggling to find why I want to like this card.
Well, let's go ahead and move on to the grades, Steven. We will start with you.
I mean, I'm just gonna give it a C. I mean, it's not like terrible. It still does something pretty good when it comes to the card draw. But I can't like I don't even want to go anywhere near a B or an A because I think that it costs way too much to cast, way too much to flip, and then even when you do flip it, it's just it fights one thing.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a C as well, Steven. I kind of agree with you. I think this is kind of middle of the road for me as well. I personally wouldn't build it. But the question goes out to the audience. If you did build it, comment down below the deck list. We would love to see it. Be really curious to see what it looks like. But just in our opinions, the average grade for Clive is a C. Next up is Firion, Wild Rose Warrior. 2 and a red for a 3/3 legendary creature human rebel warrior. Equipped creatures you control have haste. And whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except it has this equipment's abilities cost 2 less to activate. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of the next upkeep. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I
This
guess.
this can make equipment just for free because it yeah, this is like haste for equipment, right? Equipment drops, they now cost 2, depending on how much the equip cost. That's a weird word to say. But yeah, just equip it immediately. And once that is equipped, then that equipped creature has haste too. Swing in real quick. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a mono red person.
Hey, this is better than Barret Wallace. I'll tell you that right now.
This is 1,000% better than Barret Wallace, but unfortunately, I give Barret Wallace a C.
I
So
know. I know
here
you
we
do.
are.
Yeah, I'm here for this card. Having the ability to make copies of your equipment, I think is actually a really cool lane. Um, yeah, I'm here for this card. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're getting token copies of your artifact equipments, I mean, you're gonna have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Most artifact equipments aren't legendary, which is good. So, essentially it's like a 2-for-1 special, and it sticks around till the next upkeep, which is pretty wild.
There's also a name of a card that I'm blanking on, Steven, that does damage equal to the whenever an artifact enters. That seems pretty good in this deck too.
Reckless Fireweaver?
That is the one. Thank you very much. Reckless Fireweaver
Hmm.
would be a perfect include in this deck.
Yeah,
Uh,
there are a lot of good like mono red cards that essentially ping damage. Reckless Fireweaver is probably the most well known, but there's a couple other ones that will do the same effect, especially when things die, like when artifacts go to the graveyard. So not just ETBs. So I mean, like I see the thought here, and I'm more on board with this one than the last one, and Barret, obviously.
well, Steve, let's go to the grades. I'll kick us off. I actually think this is a pretty viable option, and I'm going to give it a B.
You know, I think I have to go B just because they gave Barret a C. Uh, I do think it's a viable option as well, and it is a good commander coming in at 3. It's a 3/3. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'll join you.
Well, Firion, Wild Rose Warrior gets the average grade of a B. Next up is Freya Crescent. 1 red mana for a 1/1 legendary creature, Rat Knight. It's got jump, which means during your turn, Freya Crescent has flying, and it has an ability where you can tap it to add a red, spend this mana only to cast an equipment spell or activate an equipped ability. Can you say support piece?
Support piece.
Yeah, exactly. This is not great, Steven. This is not going to be a commander ever, unless you really want a 1 mana commander.
Uh, Ragavan.
My point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't think we can go any further. Only during your turn it has flying, and then if you want to actually swing with this, you're not using its ability to tap for mana. It's not good.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about this card, right? You have to tap it to do the thing that it wants to do. So you can't even build this Voltron in my mind, you know? Like it's kind of weird. Like I tap to basically equip my card to this, and then I'm gonna pass the turn. That sounds sick.
So cool. Let's move on to the grades, Steven. This is an F for me.
F, big oof.
Big oof. The average grade for Freya, well, ironically, starts with an F. Next up is Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. 4 and 2 red for a 6/6 legendary creature, Human Samurai. It says whenever Gilgamesh enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And when you put one or more equipment onto the battlefield this way, you may attach one of them to a samurai you control. That
That's
seems
pretty
good.
good.
I was going to say, it is 6 mana though, but in ETB or attacks, you look at the top 6, drop them all, attach it to Gilgamesh because it doesn't say other samurai. So this is a Voltron commander.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I can just only imagine like Magical Christmas Lane. You're dropping everything huge and Lightning Greaves to give this haste.
Exactly. It's just like, okay, and now we're doing it again, and we're going to swing and do it again. And then you can put extra combats because you're in red, do it again.
Yeah, I mean this is 100% like one shot territory given the right circumstances.
Without a doubt. Like you can really like, man, I'm so bummed this is 6 mana, but it is a incredible ability, so it kind of has to be, right?
Yeah. I think when I saw this card first spoiled, I kind of like wrote it off, like not really thinking that this was going to be a good card. But after rereading it a few times and like talking about it now, I'm actually kind of here for it. I did pull one too, so we'll see what happens.
There you go. Let's go to the grades then. What are you giving it?
I'm actually going to put this at a B. I think it is really, really strong. I love the ETB ability. Anytime you get free stuff, like, Ureni is my new favorite commander. I've been playing it like almost nonstop since I built my deck. And this kind of gives me like little Ureni vibes in a weird way.
Yeah, just you mentioned it, free spells. I'm getting a B as well. Just dropping just equipment off the top of your library just seems really good. So
Yeah.
the average grade for Gilgamesh is going to be a B. Moving on to Lightning Security Sergeant. 2 and a red for a 2/3 legendary creature human soldier. It's got Menace, And whenever lightning deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control lightning. This card doesn't seem that great, Steven. This is, once again, the menace with the reminder text comes from starter deck. So this is kind of meh.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because like when I saw this card and I knew we were going to be talking about it, I knew you were not going to be high on it because there's only one lightning in your eyes, and that's Lightning Army of One.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I love that card.
I know you do.
But this lightning is you get to do your one card. It's just too
Yeah, I mean,
slow.
let's be honest. Listen, let's be honest with ourselves, right? This is 3 mana for 2/3 with Menace, so it
Mm-hmm.
comes down probably turn 2 if we're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do the thing a few times.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one extra card advantage. It's not good in my opinion. Let's go ahead and move on to this grade, Steven. I'm giving Lightning a D.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to join you. I was trying to be kind, but like, no matter what I say, it's not doing enough.
No, Lightning Security Sergeant gets the average grade of a D. Moving on to Prompto Argentum. It's 1 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature human scout. It has a haste and selfie shot, which means whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, you create a treasure token.
Yeah, this card's an F for multiple reasons. One, I pulled a search foil of this, and it's worth absolutely nothing.
No, unfortunately, this is an uncommon, which is unfortunate to get a surge foil in an uncommon. But you're right, Steven. This card is not very good. Having to spend 4 mana to get 1 treasure, I think the return on investment is just not there.
No, I mean, essentially, this to me is a bear with haste.
You're not wrong. But yeah, Steven, quick one. Moving on to the grades. You said it. You said F. You sticking with it?
I'm going F. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going F as well. So Prompto Argentum gets the average grade of an F. Moving on to Queen Brahne. I don't know how to say that. 2 and a red for a 2/1 legendary creature, human noble. It's got prowess, and whenever Queen Brahne attacks, you create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell. This token deals 1 damage to each opponent. That seems pretty good in another deck.
Yes, I will say this is definitely a support piece for like Kuja, which is really fun. Uh, or like a spell slinger deck that's really caring about casting spells. I will say though, I am pretty high on this card. Not like A territory, but like this is still pretty fun. I think this comes down super early. It's 3 mana. Granted, it's a 2/1, but it has prowess, so it's allowing you to do the thing. Um, I don't know. I'm actually kind of here for it. I won't lie to you. I think this. I love the Black Wizards. I think that's been like my favorite little token to make in all the decks that I got from Final Fantasy, and it's just it's so fun how much damage you could deal with these little guys.
Yeah, they are incredibly annoying. Um, there's
Yeah.
a lot of damage dealt, and when they are dealing damage, this is growing because this has prowess. This is not a
Yep.
terrible card. Kind of like it.
No, I think super strong support card. Not as strong as a single commander. Mono red spellslinger is still a thing. You know, you can
Definitely.
cantrip out like a boss, but I still want another color.
Well, let's move on to the grades. I'll start us off. You're probably on the same boat with me, but I'm giving it an average of a C.
Ah,
Ooh, are you not the same as me?
I don't know what to do here, but I think I'm gonna put this at a B. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm here for it. I think it comes down early enough to where you can start doing the thing a little bit more, and I'm super here.
Well, Queen Brahne gets the average grade of a B. This next creature is Raubahn, Bull of Mhigo. It's 1 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature, human warrior. It's got ward, pay life equal to Raubann's power, and whenever Raubahn attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to target attacking creature. AKA, when it attacks, attach equipment to it. which
I
is
mean, I'm
pretty good.
this is really good.
Wish it had haste. Granted, it would be pretty powerful to have had haste, but
Dude, this had haste at 2 mana with this ability.
yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of mono red equipment matters cards. Seems to be the
I mean,
theme.
yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think many people are putting these the helmet decks. I think they're good support pieces, and I think that's why there are so many of them. But man, I'm super here for this. This is like prime like mana cost for me. So 2 mana, 2/2. The ward, I know some people might say is not relevant, but if this gets big, it's pretty relevant.
It is actually pretty relevant because as ward sometimes is not relevant, like we're saying, someone at the table is going to have to fork up their life to kill this for the table.
Yeah.
Who wants to do that? Who wants to
Yeah,
lose
I think
8 life right now?
yeah, and that's why I'm so here for it. Like if this gets swords
Yeah.
or just like somebody targets it with like 1 mana removal, I'm so happy. Because like if I have this and it's huge, oh my god. Like you just spent 1 mana, you got rid of my card. My artifact equipments are still in the field,
Yeah.
but now you're taking a mess ton of damage.
It's true. Let's go ahead and move on to the grade, Steven. You sound high. Let me guess what you are. Are you a B?
I'm a B
Yeah. You know why I do that? Because
because you're a
I'm
B.
I'm also a B. Yeah.
Yeah.
Average grade for Raubahn is a B. Moving on, we've got Seifer Almasy. It's 3 and a red for a 3/4 legendary creature, human knight. It says whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. And then it's got Fire Cross, which is whenever Seifer Almasy deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Is that good?
Okay.
Is that good?
It's like a Sun Titan for your instants and sorceries.
Kind of, yeah. And you can give itself double strike, which means if you hit, then you get to do it twice.
I think I mean it's pretty cool. I mean it enables the thing, it does the thing on itself, which is fantastic. So
Mm-hmm.
again, we're seeing a lot of mono red. I think all the mono reds we've seen so far are basically artifact equipment or just like spell
Damage.
slinger.
A spell slinger, yeah. Yeah. This still gets blocked by a 1/1. So you're gonna have to give it some sort of evasion.
Lightning strike.
There you go. Lightning strike the creature. Hit in for twice. Play lightning strike again and something else.
Yeah.
Perfect. I don't really like this card, Steven. I'm sorry. I mean,
No, you're fine. I mean, I'm not super here for it either. I mean, I think literally if there's nothing else we can say about this card, right? Like we've said everything we could, and it was that short of an explanation. This card is so straightforward and self-explanatory. It's not doing much else.
yeah. Let's move to the grades. I'm giving it a D.
Yeah, I'm kind of below middle of the road. I think this is a D as well.
Well, Seifer Almasy gets the average grade of a D. Next up is Vaan Street Thief. 2 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature, human scout. Whenever one or more scouts, pirates, and or rogues you control deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. You may cast it. If you don't, you create a treasure token. And whenever you cast a spell you don't own, you put a +1/+1 counter on each scout, pirate, and rogue you control. That's
Cool.
kind of cool. You've got a kindred kind of matters in those creature types.
Yeah, it's interesting. It takes me back to the
Ixalan.
Ahoy Mateys
Yeah.
Ixalan deck.
Yeah.
And like the main card that I'm thinking about though is the backup commander for that precon was Andres that cared about you basically playing other people's cards or at least owning other cards.
Mm-hmm.
And the deck it struggled so hard to run it that way, but like adding this just makes it so much better.
Yeah, it is what you said though, right? Adding this. So you think it's more of a
Yeah.
support piece.
Well, Yes and no, because this in itself does the thing you want it to do, right? Like this
Hmm.
says everything you wanted to say. All your scouts, pirates, and or rogues. So you're building a scouts, pirates, and rogues deck.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, you're in mono red. Whereas if you throw it into a deck, you can possibly have two, maybe just one other color. Uh, man, now I'm talking myself down.
I think this is a really cool card. Um, just the fact that you mentioned it, Steven, this does its thing on its own. If you didn't throw anything else in it, obviously you're going
Yeah.
to because you want to increase that possibility. But if you don't cast it, you make treasure. If you do cast it, your team gets bigger. That sounds pretty awesome. I'm here
All
for
right, I'm back up.
it. Let's move to the grades, Steven. I am actually a fan of this, but it's going to be middle of the road for me. It's a C.
Well, believe it or not, you did a pretty good job, and I did a pretty good job explaining myself as well. I think this is good support, but also pretty good at the helm of a deck. So I'm going to give this a B.
Whoa. Well, that brings up the average of Vaughn's Street Thief to a B. And the final card we're talking about for the mono red commanders is Zell Dincht. It's 2 and a red for a 0/3 legendary creature human monk. It says you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Zell Dincht gets +1/+0 for each land you control, and at the beginning of your end step, return a land you control to its owner's hand. That is so interesting in mono red. I remember when this was first spoiled, and I was like, "You're playing extra lands in red? This is crazy to me."
Yeah, so here's the thing. You really need that top layer of text, stipulation wise. Like, because if you don't have that piece of text, you are literally just never progressing your land base.
You're not. This is a really good support piece in a Jund Land Matters deck. Like, this is awesome, especially if you've got
I wonder
landfall
if
triggers,
there's,
because you can return the lands back to your hand and just continue to play them. You're always hitting your landfall trigger. That's awesome.
I wonder if there's like a landfall deck coming out in Edge of Eternities,
There might be.
like a Jund land deck.
I was thinking more of my favorite deck,
Windgrace.
Lord Windgrace. That's right. Uh, this fits in that because I'm always down for landfall triggers.
Yeah, it's very weird to see a lot of this text on a mono red card.
Yeah, there are plenty of landfall triggers in mono red. So if you build around and bring this as a surprise at the table of, hey, this is my mono red landfall deck, I think that's kind of an interesting lane.
Here you go. Here's your bracket one. It's mono red landfall.
I don't know if it's bracket one. I mean, this also gets +1/+0 for each land you control. This is going to get big. I mean, granted, there isn't a lot of ramping into getting lands in your hand in red, but hey, this is cool.
Yeah, no, this will definitely get pretty big. It's cool.
Yeah,
Is
well,
it like stupendous? No.
I don't think it's stupendous, which is why we can move on to the grades. I'm giving this a C. I think it's cool.
I think it is cool, and because it's something that's not really seen in mono red, I think I'll go up to a C. I was at a D, but I'll go up a little bit for you.
Hey, this is a surprise mono red landfall deck. Bring it to the table. Zell Dincht is the average grade of a C. And that is going to do it for us today. That is all of the mono red legendary creatures that could be your commander. Comment down below. What do you guys think of these grades? Maybe we missed something completely when it came to Clive or maybe another card. Interested to hear your guys' opinion. And as always, if you guys built one of these decks yourself, comment the link down below. Show us. We're interested. And also, while you're down there, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, because you want to stay up to date with all the other content that we're putting out. We got more commander grades. Got a lot. Like I said in the beginning, we got 160 of them. If you guys haven't already seen the other ones, check the links in the description. And while you're in the description, check out all of our social media links. Follow us on those as well. We want to stay up to date with everything else that we got going on. And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. It really does mean the world to us. If you guys wanted to check out what they're seeing, which is not here on YouTube, including early access content, exclusive content, and a lot of other cool things, check the link in the description as well and consider subscribing. But a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with
Aaron Hill,
Aaron Martin,
Brian Gagniela,
Daryl Tripp,
Demarion Turner,
Doc Jerome,
Jimmy Ward,
Jay Pizzle,
Kevo,
Larry Killian,
Samuel Abbott,
Thrifty PSGR,
and William Colombo.
You guys are awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
I'm still not building a mono red deck.